ESPN Week 13 preview, and they go by each game. So the storyline to watch for the Browns and Rams game, Matthew Stafford coming off a game where he threw season-high 4 touchdown passes, as many as he had in his previous 4 games combined. Browns have allowed just 10 passing touchdowns this season, tied with the Ravens for the fewest in the NFL. The other thing I would say about that, Randy, is this is the style of quarterback that Jim Schwartz's defense with the Browns this year has given a lot of trouble to. The guys that can get out of the pocket and move with their legs have given the Browns trouble. Guys that are that pocket doesn't seem to hold up very long.
No, that defensive line is so good at getting in there and just wreaking havoc. And in addition to that, Jim Schwartz was Matthew Stafford's head coach for 5 years in Detroit, so he knows his tendencies, he knows what he can do, and so now he even knows he's even more limited than he was during the earlier part of his career when the two of them were together. So he knows what he needs to take away. He knows what Stafford's capable of, so he's not going to be surprised by anything. But I think what you're talking about is perfect. You've got Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith, Ogbo Okoronkwo, all are getting in there, getting after the quarterback. And like you said, when they're statue quarterbacks or the mobile, stand in the pocket kind of guys, they don't have a lot of time to throw, which definitely plays into the Browns' favor.
Yeah, Stafford's still really good arm, really strong, can make all the throws, but the key is not giving them time to do it. All right, from that same article, bold prediction matchup X factor. So the bold prediction: Joe Flacco has not thrown a touchdown pass since facing the Browns in Week 2 last season. Now, hasn't played a whole lot either. He will toss a pair of touchdowns at SoFi Stadium in his first start with the Browns. Matchup X factor: Rams left tackle Alaric Jackson. Broncos slowed an injured Myles Garrett in Week 12 and won. Can Jackson do the same? Tall task for the Rams tackle. He ranks 62nd out of 70 in pass block win rate. I'd say he might not have only trouble with Myles Garrett. He might have trouble with Okoronkwo or Zadarius Smith. Jim Schwartz is going to find out which guy he has trouble with, and that guy's going to be lining up over him all game long.
Yeah, and I also love the narrative that the Broncos slowed Myles Garrett down. I saw somebody talking about that during the game last week, and they had 2 to 3 guys blocking him all the time. There are several times where Russell Wilson would take the snap and roll to his right to get away from him. And they're not really slowing him down. They're actually changing their entire game plan to stay away from the guy. So I kind of hope the Rams do the same thing. I'd be fine if Myles Garrett doesn't do anything, because they're constantly trying to do everything they can to get away from him. Because like you said, Smith and Okoronkwo are going to go ahead and go out there and feast. So the Rams, it's definitely going to be a tough task for them if they try to go one-on-one. Garrett's going to have an easy game, but I think that in general, the Rams offensive line is not going to be able to handle these guys.